Good morning, everyone. I would like to welcome all the attendees of this session. It's now time to introduce Speaker of the Day, Dr. Pavitra Prakash Singh, Professor in Management, Dean School of Sciences and Languages, has a rich and diverse experience of 26 in the industry with entrepreneurial experience, teaching, and research. In his career, he has undertaken, supervised more than 162 academic and 7 consultancy projects. He has presented more than 50 research papers in various national and international conferences and seminars. He has to credit his 27 books and 40 research papers in Scopus. For his excellent contribution, he has been honored with Manufacturing Association Faridabad Award 2014 by Honorable Governor of Haryana and Bharat Vidya Shomni Award 2011 from India Solidarity Council, New Delhi. He has visited Tanzania, Sri Lanka, and Pakistan for academic and research purposes. He is member and chairman of various boards and committees. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
We also have with us Dr. Nagendra Kumar, Head of Department, Humanity and Social Sciences, IIT Roorkee. I welcome you, sir. I also welcome Dr. Manu Sharma, is a professor and head of department, History, School of Humanity, Lovely Professor University. We also have with us Dr. Sanjay Prasad, Associate Professor, English, Lovely Professor University. He is actively involved in teaching for 19 years. I welcome you, sir. I also welcome Dr. Tushinder Preet Kaur, Professor at Mittal School of Business, Lovely Professor University, COC of Department of Counseling and Admission. Madam is going to talk about eligibility, fees, scholarship, and infrastructure part of the university. Over to you, Dr. PP.
Thank you, Sumanji. Thank you for such a generous introduction. I acknowledge the presence and welcome Dr. Nagendra ji. Thank you for sparing your valuable time, sir. We are over here gathered as a team from LPU and from teaching fraternity, as you are learned professor. Sir, we are over here to discuss that who we are, why do we do, and what we do. So it is in context of society as well as in LPU, both way around. Who we are, basically we are human beings. So normally earlier we used to ask what is the career option. So career options normally stay with the parents, that only the doctors or the engineers. So none of us used to discuss that we are basically human beings, and we can be good human beings, and we can be social engineers also. So social engineering part was always missing in the earlier part. So we are over here to discuss what we and why social engineering is so important, and what at LPU we do to create social engineers, good human beings, good citizens who can contribute to the well-being. And also in the last couple of years during COVID-19, what we have seen that so many problems have been there. There have been suicides, there have been loss of jobs, there has been loss of economic resources, loss of dependency, kind of a web where we are having loss of friendship was there. We have moved into isolation. So in last couple of years again, social sciences or humanities have increased its importance. So we need to understand that in last 2-3 years, I hope we all will be dwelling on that in last 2-3-4 years, how humanities has evolved over a period of time, and why it has become very important in last 2-3-4 years. Dr. Manu, can I have the first slide, please? Basically, to begin with, who we are established in 2009. So if I try to bring in a context between LPU and who we are. We were established in 2009 as Social Sciences Department. Although university is established, well established before that. We have more than 10 plus domain, 11 to be precise, and we have 15 plus academic programs. We have more than 1,000 alumni which are successfully placed at different places. 80 plus international students are there, students almost representing from whole of the India and foreign countries. Only in social sciences department I am talking about, which takes care of geography, history, sociology, psychology, clinical psychology, languages, which contains English, Punjabi, Hindi, library science, and so many other domains we have over here. So we have such a kind of a thing that it's a small domain, but why we are growing because liberal science over a period of time, social sciences over a period of time has increased its reach in the society. Can I have the next slide, please, ma'am? Uh, we have a vision to emerge as a renowned liberal arts school. So liberal arts school, for the audience which are around over here, liberal art is something where we are liberal in choice of subjects. So not the, if a scientist, if a science graduate wish to be understanding some kind of a art, so he is having a choice to choose something between for the art subjects. The same way goes for the medical sciences, and same way humanities. If he has got some interest in robotics or gaming, he can choose certain subjects as a hobby or certain subjects to see where his flavor goes in. So we wish to have a vision of renowned liberal arts school, which if we try to see what we are trying to groom in the sensitivity things. We wish to make them global citizen. We wish to imbibe the moral values in them. We wish to have the critical thinking. Now I am also into recruitment. Sometimes we often say that attitude doesn't matter. If you have an attitude, positive or negative, it doesn't matter that much. But if you do not have aptitude, then it is not going to give a right space to something. So we must be having a right aptitude. That's our vision. We give critical thinking. We develop the uh, sense of what we say, the voice of dissent. The voice of dissent always gives the argumentative power in over there. The alternate class system of JNU, we try to imbibe in over there, where there are discussions, where there are outside agencies coming in. They are debating on current topic. They are debating on burning topics or issues, and we try to engage in meaningful community development programs, where the community development programs are also an essential integral part of our curriculum in over here. Can I have the next slide, please? Humanities graduate normally earns more than who study science and maths. Why? Because again, coming back to the things, science do not give you humanistic approach always. Always, I might not be generalized. Same way, the other streams also do not give you humanistic approach. But when we are talking about social sciences, when we are talking about liberal arts, we are given certain kind of aptitude which gives us in leadership roles. So normally it is found through this is a published report which we have taken. Humanity graduates, they earn more than the science and the maths. This is a misnomer in mind that science and maths or technical subjects will earn more, but humanities are also earning more. Can I move to next slide, please? Dr. Manu, next slide, please. Dr. Manu, next slide. Humanities and social sciences are essential in tech. So now taking example of Dr. Nagendra, majority of IITs are also having social sciences department. I recall the time somewhere in 1980s or 90s where I think IITs were meant only for technical education. So that means some kind of awareness, some kind of need of social scientists also, or social engineers also needs to be produced. We always have it at Kharagpur, Kanpur, Mumbai, Chennai, Delhi, and now Roorkee is also having social sciences department, and Dr. Nagendra is heading in over there that particular department. So this shows that humanities and why we are talking about, I am talking about what we do and why we do it because we understand that technical knowledge can be imbibed in by good institute of eminence like IITs or other, but social sciences, the humanistic approach also needs to be done in at certain institutes of eminence. Next slide will be taken care of. From next slide onward, we will go into the deliberation of what. Next slide, please. Doctor, next slide. Next slide will be taken care by Dr. Manu. From here, Dr. Manu will deliberate what at LPU as a social sciences department we have, and what at humanities, which normally we call as School of Humanities. What all subjects do we have? What all disciplines we have? How do we teach? What are activities in over here? So 10 minutes with you, Dr. Manu. After that, I'll leave it up to Dr. Sanjay. So I've just given a thought that who we are and why we wish to teach humanities. Dr. Manu, over to you, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Pavitra Prakash Singh, for giving me this opportunity to elaborate the further ideas about what is humanities. As sir has aptly discussed a lot about the value, about the relevance of humanities as a liberal art, as a social sciences in nowadays world, and definitely it is rightly said that the liberal arts students are, as a career enthusiasts, earn more sometimes rather, which is better than the science or an engineering students. So as a humanities, we can say it is a wide scope and different branches of knowledge which is related with the human beings, and it develops and it helps them to create their analytical abilities and critical thinking. And it is the method to inquiry which is derived from an appreciation of human values, their unique ability of human spirit to express itself, which is known as humanities. So these are some definitions that what humanity is exactly. Otherwise, we can, as an academic discipline, if we talk about humanities, so this is the area where we can study the different aspects of human societies, human culture, human evolution, human thoughts also. It also includes the study of ancient and modern languages, literature, deals with philosophy, it deals with history, anthropology, human geography, law, religion, art. So in short, I would say the entire aspect of human society, human life is being covered under this School of Humanities. As we can see clearly from this pie chart, that by and large it is 16.3% you can say area, the disciplines which is taken by humanities and liberal arts, which covered 3.7% in English and literature. There are languages, there are philosophy and theology. So on the whole, humanities cover 22.4%, which includes all these subjects. As a social sciences, when we include history itself, it covers 14%. So you can see the share of humanities, you can see the share of social sciences and languages in the entire academia. It is also not less than any architecture, any professional sciences, any engineering or natural sciences subjects. Humanities also deals with the interdisciplinary subjects, and it has a wide scope of different areas, such as it is the study of ancient and modern languages, it is literature, philosophy, history, archaeology, anthropology, geography, psychology, political science, sociology, religion, and art. So I don't think so that any area which is not touched by the humanities here. And here in our university, lovely professional university, what we are doing, we are offering different specializations at UG as well as PG level. And my focus today is the post-graduation level. So what we are offering in our post-graduation, we are offering masters in the domains of psychology, which is psychology, it is clinical psychology and forensic psychology. As far as languages are concerned, we are offering the postgraduate courses, the programs in English, Punjabi and Hindi. Apart from that, it is political science and public administration being offered at postgraduate level. Then we have MA Sociology. We are offering MSc Geography. And again, the master's program in history is also being offered, where we are giving the practical orientation of the subject rather than giving the theoretical knowledge of MA history, where we have offered the museum related courses and archaeology related courses at our master's level. Then a newly introduced program is related with the MA philosophy, which is more relevant not only in India but abroad also. Then Masters of Social Work is also a newly introduced program, which is highly required and very much relevant in the national as well as international arenas at different level, and which is very helpful for the students, those who are going to opt it as a career. Then we have a Masters in Library and Information Sciences at postgraduate level. And one more thing I just want to specify, that whatever the schemes which are following, they are as per the UGC norms and as per LOCF, the Learning Outcome Based Framework, which we are following. Some highlights of our School of Humanities, which is the, you can say, the feathers in the cap of our school. The first important information which I wish to share, that in our school we have established Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji Chair to promote the global peace and equality, where we are conducting research and webinars from academia, which is very much helpful to achieve the goal and objective to establish the chair. Then we have Olympians also with us. As you can see, Mr. Bajrang Punia, who is our student, the proud student, who clinched the bronze medal in Tokyo Olympics in 2020. As master classes are there, so we are always in touch with the relevant speakers and personalities from academia and industry, as we have conducted recently a master class in creative writing conducted by Padma Shri Ruskin-Born by the Department of English in lovely professional university in another school. And why we are different than others? What is the specification that we claim that we are doing something different than other people are doing in this humanities? As we have interdisciplinary research for all these students, and we always try to promote and inspire our students to perform certain research areas. Then we offer community projects at our school to appreciate and comprehend the need of society, which is we are going through, even not only during the COVID period, but also after that certain areas are also taken care. We also offer live projects and industry-based projects, where our students are supposed to go and take the hands-on experiences while visiting those industries. We offer study and research facilities, specifically in GIS and remote sensing, which is very much relevant to the industry, in specifically in geography, in town planning and country planning. We also offer study and research facilities in the disaster relief, you can say, practices. We are also having the in-house development of psychometric test under these psychology domain. We have interdisciplinary approach of learning for better career options in all the domains. And one most important thing, the competitive examination related preparation and orientation was also given by our School of Humanities, which makes us different than others. And the syllabi which we are taking care for these competitive exams, these are very well benchmarked with the competent authorities, those who are conducting these exams. And we also have highly qualified and experienced research-oriented faculty who are well versed in their areas, with more than I think 100 papers, publications, and that also in Scopus indexed journals. We also conduct regular field visits to different areas relevant to their industry, relevant to their domains. The students are always taken care to perform well in their field projects, and internships are also the most significant part in our School of Humanities under the domains of psychology, or be it geography or in history. International exposure is also given to our students through regular interactive sessions conducted by some of the international reputed colleges and universities. For example, recently we have conducted 2 sessions with the Langara College, Canada, and the International University of Dhaka is also we are taking in collaboration to perform certain interactive session where we are our students are supposed to perform, interact, discuss and debate the future perspective. Then also we have state-of-the-art facilities in the hyper-modern environment, which makes us different than the other people under the School of Humanities, what we are offering. And by choosing us, what skills can you gain by studying humanities with us? I'm sure that while you will be collaborating with us, if you join us, we are going to help you to enhance the critical thinking amongst you. You will be going to develop the better communication skills within yourself and will be more confident. Empirical and qualitative and quantitative reasoning methods are also being inculcated by you, by us within you, if you choose the humanities. And teamwork is also another specific feature of this association. Then personal responsibility as well as social responsibility is also being developed in our students. So certain skills which are much more relevant in today's industry as well as wherever we will go to in our career in different streams. So these are certain important points which is most essential, and I'm proud to say that our students gain all these skills while studying humanities with us. Different career pathways are also being offered at our humanities school. They are such as corporate jobs, in government jobs. The higher studies can be opted by our students, whether in India and abroad. Research facilities and research pathways are always open for the students of lovely professional university. Different entrepreneurship options, startup schools options are also offered as a career pathway to our students, and study abroad options is also open to the students, those who study with us under the School of Humanities as a career pathway. So there are different pathways, and once you opt any of the pathway, there are different sub areas which is chosen by the student after the discussion of our training and placement coordinators, which is very well there to guide the students on this way. Different career opportunities are further elaborated. For example, if as the student is opting for the corporate jobs, so we have the opportunities at different levels such as project managers, corporate communicators. You can work as instructional designer, counselor, social worker, and many more. As far as government jobs are concerned, we are also offering our students the pathway of civil services, and civil servants pathways are there. Army officers, bank POs, GIS officers, counselors, psychologists are certain pathways which is taken under the section of government jobs. Then higher studies and study abroad related, we have postgraduates, doctorates facilities or postdoc facilities can be taken by the students as a fellowship, as a career options after their completion of their degree. And research facilities are very well there, such as principal investigator. The students can go to have certain funded projects as a principal investigator, and they can work as a research associate. They can also work as historians as a researcher and work as a social worker. So these are the few career opportunities. As well as entrepreneurship and startups are concerned, different small startup schools can be taken care by our students after giving the appropriate training at different level as a career option to them. Then few placement highlights. We have the students who are placed at the highest package of 7 lakh per annum, and students have been placed on an average package, it is of 4 lakhs per annum. So this is the I can say the placement highlights. The students fall between 4 to 7 lakh per annum. So this is just the beginning, and sky is the limit for us. So this is not the end. So this is just the beginning. So we are aiming higher placements in the coming future for our students also. So these are certain our proud students who makes us proud. And as you can see here, Miss Akanksha, who is working as a business development counselor in Planet Spark. We have Miss Ankita Gupta, who is also working at the same pace, the business development counselor. Miss Bhim Kumari, he's working as a psychologist in Sanjeevani de-addiction psychiatric. Front office manager, associate, Mr. Prateek Kashyap. As you can see, Ms. Shweta Chaturvedi, who is working as a legal content writing analysis at Starlex. Then front office manager, Ms. Jainika Rai Chaudhary, is working as that. So you can see our students are placed at different level, whether it is in academia or it is in industry. And we are also having our proud alumni, such as they are working on very reputed positions in India as well as abroad. So Mr. Ainuddin Muradi, who's the student of MA English, our alumni, who's working as a Vice Chancellor in Sariful Higher Education Institution, Afghanistan. We have Miss Claudia, our BA student, who's working as a Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Center, Ghana, under the UNO. Mr. Mobrez Barai, who's the alumni of Masters in Public Administration, is working as a director under the Planning and Policy Ministry of Higher Education, Afghanistan. Ms. Shweta is also the legal expert. Then Abdullahi Aliyu is the Master's Psychology alumni, is working as an assistant professor in Kano University, Nigeria. Saqib Yusuf, again the alumni of Public Administration, is working as a head of department, Public Relations, Sheikh Zayed University, Afghanistan. Nazif Umar is also the proud alumni, working as an assistant professor in Northwich University, Nigeria, and Ulemu is working as a forest officer, the proud alumni of Geography domain under the government of Malawi. And also our proud alumni are working in the entertainment industry in India also. So they are some of the proud alumni who makes us proud. And a few of the highlights of our school as an infrastructure facilities which we have geography lab where you can find different, you can say, equipments related to GIS, remote sensing lab and weather stations. Psychology lab is having certain specific tests and psychometric tests, which is, you can say, useful for the students to conduct various studies. We have a well-equipped library. The digital library and number of books are available of different subjects. Text and reference books are also there. We have computer lab also, as an IT is the most essential part of the curricula. So that is also taken care by the computer lab. We have a seminar hall, which you can say take care of the guest lectures whenever we conduct. So it also have the well-versed IT facilities under the seminar hall and the classrooms, which is well equipped with all the projector and all facilities which is there. Even the smart class lab we have also. During the pandemic period, the coronavirus period was definitely a very difficult time for all of us, but that didn't stop us to explore the new avenues and arenas at different levels and different domains. So these are a few of the different webinars which have been conducted during that time. For example, the National Commission for Women Chairperson, Dr. Rekha Sharma, was invited and she delivered a webinar on social legal framework for optimizing women entrepreneurship in India. We have webinar with the Education Minister Prakash Javadekar also. He was also, you can say, the proud speaker of us who delivered his thoughts on national education policy also. And some of the other, you can say, activities which is being performed by the School of Humanities at different times. This is the International Symposium, which is conducted by our school, the interdisciplinary hermeneutic. The reappraising the socio-culture of esteem was the international symposium, where the very renowned speakers of different domains were invited to deliver their ideas and inspire our students to go into the different dimensions and seek the opportunities as an interdisciplinary under our school. Different conferences which we organized, 18th All Punjab Geographers Meet, an international conference on re-envisioning globalization, development and new world order was conducted in our university and the School of Humanities. The school also hosted the section of Anthropological and Behavioral Sciences in 106th Indian Science Congress. It is hosted by our university. And we also organized one international conference on equality, diversity and inclusivity, which is more relevant and correlated with the SDGs, which is what are the issues and concerns related to that, is also taken care by the School of Humanities. And some workshops to provide our students a better understanding of the industry and a hands-on experience. So the workshop which is conducted on the disaster management and disaster risk reduction skills, The workshop conducted on English language learning from phonemic to semiotic structures, the workplace and the sexual harassment at workplace of women. So that workshop was also conducted by our school. Workshop on Punjabi language and computerization of Punjabi software and fonts was also here. Which is conducted by the Department of Punjabi, and Geography Department also conducted a workshop on geoinformatics. And such activities, then we have prominent speakers also with us. Professor Adrian North from North Curtin University. He delivered a talk on consumer behavior. We have the speakers from Vytautas Magnus University, Lithuania, Dr. Vitis. And furthermore, we have the speakers from Birmingham University. We have speaker Padma Shri Dr. Sujit Patel. We all know about him, a renowned speaker and the academician from Punjabi department. He delivered a talk on literary activities and creativity. We have Dr. Ashok Kumar from Punjab University, Chandigarh. He delivered the talks on employment opportunities. Mr. Satnam Malik and many more who delivered the talk on different, you can say, dimensions which is more relevant to the School of Humanities. Lieutenant General K.J. Singh delivered the talk on border management and disputes and what are the security challenges which we are facing. Renowned speakers, Dr. Ramesh C. Dusa from Drake University, USA, delivered the talks on literary geographies. Deputy Commissioner Jalandhar also delivered a talk on good governance. Professor Mohammed delivered a talk and interacted our student on the issue like rising and globalizing India from Aligarh University. And Dr. Anju Suri from Punjab University, Chandigarh, under the Department of History, delivered a talk on the relevance of feminism, what the feminism is and how it is more relevant to 21st century. Important days are also taken care by our university, and we celebrate different national and international days. For example, World Environment Day, the International Women Day, the Earth Day, World Ocean Day, the Climate Change Day. So these are important days which is more relevant and contemporary nowadays, and our students got to know about the relevance of these days and how to secure and how to protect the environment and how to participate in different activities. So these are some of the activities which we celebrate and which we, I can say, perform and organized certain events to commemorate these days. And also before the COVID period, we also performed different educational visits, and I'm sure as now that pandemic period is over, so we are also going to conduct certain educational visits to different academia, industries, museums. And some of the glances of those visits were that our students have visited the Deputy Commissioner's office, Jalandhar, who are the public administration student, to know the tips and know-how about the good governance, what it is. Students of psychology domain and clinical psychology visited the Patel Hospital, Jalandhar, and the students are of Punjabi language and humanities. They have visited the Jalandhar Doordarshan. Then history students have visited the Partition Museum, Jallianwala Bagh and Wagah Border Atari, which is there at Amritsar, to get to know about the memories and archives related to the partition. And students from the Department of Government and Public Administration visited Municipal Corporation and what is the sewage water treatment plant at Fulbari. Students of Department of History also visited the Sadhu Ashram Museum, Bajwara Fort, and Dhol Baha, which is the most relevant ancient archaeological site. So these are few of the educational visits. And we are also pushing our students as well as faculties to fill the patents and publication and research articles. So we have more than 700 plus publication count credited with us. With more 145 plus patent is also filed by our school. 100 plus citations count is also credited with the School of Humanities. We have 100 plus expert interactions, and I'm proud to say that we have more than 500 plus research scholars, those who are pursuing their research degrees with our School of Humanities. One major project is also granted on revisiting regional disparities in post-reforms period. a district level analysis of India by 2020. So this is the ICSSR research funded project. And we also have associations and research tie-ups and projects related to ICSSR, impactful policy research in social sciences and government of India in association with MHRD. So some of the patents were also granted by the Department of Psychology also. Are proud teachers because no school is complete without the contribution of the teachers and the academicians. So we have with us the faculties, those who are contributing in different aspects. The English literature, the Etiocracy of Effect-sensed analysis. This is a book which is published by Dr. Digvijay Pandya, Associate Professor of English. This book gratifies the flavored sense of literary appetite. Then in Hindi department, Navgeet, Nai Sandarbh, Nai Dishaएं, that is a book of criticism written by Dr. Anil Kumar Pandey. The book highlights contemporary challenges in the form of Hindi Navgeet. And we have Dr. Ajoy Batta, who also published a book here, and Dr. Muhammad Amin Bani. He is the faculty in psychology. He was honored with the Best Researcher Award from IOSRD. Dr. Vinod Kumar, the faculty from Hindi department, is honored with the Rashtriya Punjab Kala Sahitya Academy Award for their contribution in research, and the Rashtriya Sahitya Bhushan Samman he was honored with. One of the industry related relevance experience, if I would say, so we have Dr. Paramjeet Kattu, and he directed one movie, and the movie has won 12 awards in the world, including Los Angeles Film Award. We have Dr. Sanjay Prasad Pandey in English department, who was an editor-in-chief, the Achievers Journal, which is a journal of English language, literature, and culture. And we also have international tie-ups. We have tie-ups with the University of Pennsylvania, with the School of English, which is there to conduct the English for media literary communication for our students. We also have collaborative intercultural learning exchange for the different courses and domains such as Sociology of India, Modern Indian Political Thought, Sociology of Marginalized Societies, Sustainable Development and Livelihood, and Modern Indian Writing and Translation with the University of Vilnius, Lithuania. We also have a memorandum of understanding and have a collaborative online intercultural exchange, which is a virtual exchange, and definitely it is going to materialize into a physical exchange between the students as well as the faculty. It is the partnership between Lovely Professional University and Langara College, Canada, British Columbia. So these are a few, and many more are there to come up with us. And our students are going very good, and beyond the grades, beyond the classrooms, our students are doing very good and fantastic in the field of research, in cultural aspect, as well as in writing, in sports. So I would say it is the all-round holistic development is being taken care by the School of Humanities. A few examples of it, that different events are celebrated in our university, whether it is One World, whether it is One India, or it is Panorama. So in Panorama, the school organizes the annual literary fest, which is Panorama, to encourage our students' participation in drama, in poetry, and creative skills. So this event helps the students to achieve their divergent thinking skills, their overall development, their communication skill, as well as creativity. So these are the few of the glimpses, the theater activities, where our students are developing those skills with them. Our students are also participating in different debate competition, and they are very good orator. And some of the glimpses are there, which is based on the style of British parliamentary debate team, where 8 teams are led by the faculties and 3 panelists were there. And the battle rounds goes on, the far and against. These are the 2 groups which are being there, and then the jury was there to decide the winners. So this is how we inculcate the spirit of inquiry, the discussion and debate, and how to take it from a healthy point of view. The healthy debate competitions are being you can say there, which is there to promote the communication skills, and the better analytical thinking skills among our students. Certain glimpses from the international exposure which we provide our students from the School of Humanities. Thus, our student Sidrat, which is the BA student, she participated in Isaac in Indonesia. Pooja, who is the student of our School of Humanities, she participated in the Integrating Diverse Fields in International Conference, which is held in Bangkok, Thailand. She participated there. Our student PS Vaijayanti and Tina, they have undergone the internship in Russia, UFA, through Isaac under the name Bring the Change, which you want to see in the world. And few of the research initiatives and activities are also taken care by our students. Punjabi students, they present their papers on different topics in Punjabi Sahitya Academy, Chandigarh, which is sponsored International Punjabi Sahitya Utsav. In this seminar, they participated. And here, the students of MSc Geography presented their papers on different topics in the 19th APG Meet and International Conference on Sustainable Agriculture, Food Security and Environment. And some of the students who have presented their paper on ICSSR seminar on different topics. Some cultural activities, the Gurpreet Singh bagged the second prize in folk dance in All India University competition. The Simranjeet Kaur and our proud alumni who have participated at different level in folk dance, folk culture, fancy dresses, declamation and debate competition. So these are the few glimpses which is, you can say, taken care by our students, and they bagged the prizes. Few of the writings, so we also inculcate the creative writing skills in our students, and these are the few you can say evidences, I would say. So Sai Fagun, the MA English student, published a novel which is a tale of magazine which can be taken in at Amazon. Mr. Pankaj Kapoor, the PhD student of English, has published a book of English poetry. Miss Devi, the student of MA Punjabi, published a critical book, Katha Rukhante Rukhandi. Then Zypher is again a book which is written by Ryson Matthew. So these are few of the writings which is contributed by our students. And then the UGC NET qualified students have from the different domains of geography, psychology, political science, English, Punjabi as well. So these are the students, those who recently qualified UGC NET and JRF, and they are pursuing their future careers in their domains. So these are the students. And sports activities, our students are not less than anyone if as far as sports are concerned. So these are the evidences which say that yes, we here in School of Humanities cater the all-round activities and developments and holistic development in our students. So Vivek Kumar, he is the first, he won the first position in All India Inter-University Boxing Championship, men. Junaid Ahmed Zahid was the first in 24th Senior National Kickboxing Championship in Goa also. So and then we have Sachin Dalal, the third in All India Inter-University Boxing Men Championship we have. And after that, some social and environment responsibility which lies on our shoulder as we represent the School of Humanities, which is related to human value, sensitivity and environment issues. So these are few of the glimpses which can give you the idea that the type of work, the type of culture, the type of responsibility which we take, be it environment issues, whether it is related to some social work issues, as far as it is the awareness campaigns, as far as is related. So we contribute, we try to contribute, and we always try to inculcate these values among our students to contribute towards the society, socially and environmentally. So these are the glimpses, and these are the, you can say, the front warriors, I would say, in the School of Humanities, who are always at your service to cater your needs, your queries. So Professor Dr. Ajoy Bhatta, who is the head of Department English and Hindi, you can approach him for any of the queries which is there. and then Professor Dr. Manu Sharma. I myself, representing the Department History and Geography, I can cater the queries related to these domains, and in general, any issues which is related to anything within the university, it is be it admissions or any query. Dr. Manish Kumar Verma, representing the school, the domain of psychology and sociology. He's heading these two domains, so he's there to cater your queries related to these things. And Professor Dr. Kirandeep is heading the Department of Punjabi Public Administration and Political Science. And we are there to help you out, and we are happy to resolve your queries. So you can reach us on these contact details, which is there on your screen. Fine. And that's all from our side. So the transformation begins when you will be going to transform yourself, and then the world will transform. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was really very wonderful. Very wonderfully you share your words on what is humanity, why humanities, programs we offer, our vision and mission, career pathways, placements, and many more. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I request to Dr. Sanjay Prasad, please acknowledge our guest.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Though it is afternoon, but the weather is very pleasant. So I would rather say that it is morning yet. And a warm welcome to everyone to this beautiful morning. Today, we have Professor Nagendra Kumar from IIT Roorkee as our expert. It is an honor for me to welcome Professor Nagendra Kumar on behalf of the School of Humanities, lovely professional university. Professor Nagendra Kumar specializes in English language, literature, and communication studies. He earned his PhD in 1998 on the fiction of Bharati Mukherjee, which is one of the earliest full-length critical studies available on Bharati Mukherjee. Besides publishing a widely reviewed book, he has published nearly 100 research papers in reputed national and international journals, conference proceedings, and edited volumes. He has delivered invited lectures and plenary talks in dozens of FDPs around the country, besides presenting research papers in international conferences in Denmark, Austria, Oman, Canada, Singapore, Switzerland, Poland, and Czech Republic. He has successfully conducted around 10 AICTE sponsored short term courses and workshops on various aspects of teaching pedagogy, soft skills, communication, and culture. He has been the recipient of Outstanding Teacher Award of IIT Roorkee for the year 2015. And as Manu ma'am was talking about research, and prominently she was laying emphasis on interdisciplinary research, and no academic institution can survive without research. So I would request Dr. Nagendra uh, to share and his views on research and enlighten our students and faculty members as well on research methodology. Over to
Yeah,
you, sir. Professor Nagendra, over to you, sir.
thank you, Professor Pandey, and I thank all fellow speakers. Professor Singh, Professor Manu Sharma, they have already highlighted the role of humanities and social sciences in contemporary educational parlance. Initially, I thought of talking about how to publish quality research papers. Um, I mean, I still believe that you cannot survive in academic world unless and until you publish. Um, but then I was listening to my fellow speakers who are highlighting the role of humanities and social sciences. So I'm tempted to talk about the role of humanities and social sciences in 21st century, if that is okay with everybody. My talk on research writing can wait. We can have another such session with reference to that. So if you can just allow me to share some of my thoughts that I have collected in the form of some slides, then that will probably help me reach out to people in lesser time. Okay.
सुमन मैम सर को प्रेजेंटेशन के राइट दे दो.
Okay, sir.
सुमन मैम.
Provided, sir, please check.
Yeah.
It's visible, sir.
My screen is visible.
Very
Yes,
right,
sir.
sir. Very appropriate. You are also visible. Your screen is also visible, sir.
But so my screen, because you know, if I look at that, then only I can open the. I'm not able to see my screen.
Sir, we are able to see the PPT of yours, Humanities and Social Sciences.
Is it visible?
Very right, sir. Very appropriate. It's visible, sir.
Yeah. Okay, okay. So, I mean, when you are talking about the role of humanities and social sciences, I wish to first of all congratulate LPU for such a vibrant component of humanities and social sciences, because I strongly believe that the strength of an organization lies in the dynamics of humanities and social sciences. It's not because I'm part of one of the most vibrant humanities and social sciences programs in the country. It's my sincere thought. As a researcher also, I have researched and found out that humanities and social sciences component plays a vital role even in the development of technological institutions. So be it MIT, which is considered the pinnacle of technical education in the world, talk about the leading technical institutions around the world, and talk about the leading technical institutions of the country. As Professor Singh rightly mentioned, the 5 older IITs in Chennai, Delhi, Mumbai, Kanpur, they have a very vibrant HSS component in their program since their inception in 1950s. And if I talk about my own institute, which is celebrating its 175th year, so we are, the oldest technical institution in this part of the world, not only in our country. In our institution also, humanities and social sciences started functioning since 1966. So, well, I mean, now I'll just highlight a little bit about the origin and development of humanities and social sciences as a discipline, and then I'll come to our recent challenges or opportunities that are associated with this. I'd also like to refer to our new education policy unfolded in 2020, which lays lot of emphasis on integrating humanities and social sciences subjects in curriculum, even in the technical and medical institutions. And as such, all the institutions in the country have been, generously introducing courses in humanities and social sciences. And as you rightly pointed out, COVID-19 has re-emphasized the value of humanities and social sciences. Well, it's a saying that, where science ends, religion begins. Well, where science fails to provide solutions to our problems, our interest in humanities and social sciences begins or is reinforced. So let us see. I mean, we're just going ahead. So if we have to talk about this, its origin dates back to centuries, like in our own Indian tradition, since the time of Vedas. We have the development of humanities and social sciences in Western tradition, also in classical Greek period. Uh, we had disciplines that are now part of humanities and social sciences. So earlier, they used to refer to this collective form of knowledge as philosophy, and the major components used to be rhetoric, logic, and grammar. Later on, we find many instances where uh, humanities and social sciences um, disciplines, diversify and emerge and evolve, like tragedy and comedy, as mentioned in Aristotle's Poetics, performance arts, as in Natya Shastra by Bharat Muni, poetry in Homer and Kalidas, ethics, history, politics, Aristotle and Chanakya. For grammar, we can say Panini's Ashtadhyayi. Pre-science, I mean, pre-science or pseudo-science, because prior to the modern day science, these developments came and they were not yet established and uniformly accepted as established sciences. So that's why I'm referring to them as pre-sciences by Archimedes, Hippocrates, Aristotle, Aryabhatta, Bhaskara, Shushrut, etc. So, and look at the 15th century, you had Renaissance. And during the Renaissance period, we had a clear demarcation of disciplines. And this may be considered one of the golden periods of humanities and social sciences, because the world witnessed, like never before, the spreading wings of literature, geography, history, and political science. So there were unprecedented, spurts in the productions in the world of literature. There were new world orders and new world discoveries, because the scholars of that point, at that time, navigated through the world and discovered many new lands. Then classical learning or learning from the past was certainly at its peak, when all the European scholars used to go to Rome to study the classical Greek and Latin literatures. And then this was also one of the periods of imperialism, where war tactics and administration uh, emerged and played a vital role. So that may be considered the origin of political science. Then came the age of enlightenment in 18th century, where we found that, the focus shifted on science, and it was on astronomy, navigation for colonial exercises, and people like Ptolemy, Newton, Galileo, they immersed and they enthralled the world. So what happened, since then, the interest in science and technology and our own, attitude to bifurcate the disciplines based on their practical utility resulted in the shading of HSS. And as a result, what happened, we found that there was rapid change in economy and there was global shift towards innovation and technology, and it continues to be there. And as a result, there was more emphasis on STEM subjects rather than HSS, which was considered just playing a supporting role. And as a result, many of the institutions started to look at HSS papers as side subjects or courses that are desirable but not really important. But then, yes, whenever somebody who is established, who is considered the true global leader says something, we need to really pay attention to that. And that is why I'm just quoting from a few such people. David Radcliffe speculates that we can think in terms of not one but two STEM clusters that complement each other, and thereby he emphasizes that humanities plays a complementary role and it is not subordinate to sciences. So he thinks in terms of two STEM clusters. First is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, as we have understood it. The second could be social sciences, the arts, education, and the humanities. And likewise, the Stanford University Humanities Center also described humanities as the study of how people process and document the human experience. And they further explained that since humans have been able, we have used philosophy, literature, religion, art, music, history, and language to understand and record our world. Knowledge of these records of human experience gives us the opportunity to feel a sense of connection to those who have come before us as well as to our contemporaries. So if the world has to have any degree of connectivity with its past and continuity with its future, obviously humanities and social sciences play a vital role. According to Elizabeth Jones, the humanities help us to make connections to why things are the way they are. So this is probably, the theme today, who we are and why we are. Something I don't exactly remember, but something like that, which was so beautifully highlighted by Professor Sharma in her extensive talk. So humanities help us to make connections to why things are the way they are, learn to think critically, and develop a solid foundation for innovation. So just think of a situation where mind is divorced from the body, or the rest of the body has lost connection with the mind. What happens? There is no control over our actions, and that is why mind has to control the actions performed by body. And by mind I mean humanities and social sciences, because they are based on our thought process, our dreams, our perceptions, and all the pragmatic aspects of knowledge, so beautifully explicated by science, technology, and other allied subjects. They need to be controlled by our thought process. Otherwise, they will result in disasters rather than benefiting the human race. Purdue University also mentions that humanities and social sciences courses encompass the breadth of human experience and culture, both past and present, including individual behavior, social and political structures, aesthetic values, modes and dynamics of communication, philosophical and ethical thought, and cognitive processes. And such courses are an integral part of all engineering curricula, which complements technical and professional content by enabling engineering students to appreciate the world in which they live and work, and to contribute as both educated members of society and aware ethical professionals. Now, the society will really struggle if we have doctors, engineers, and other professionals who are bereft of human thought and human sensitivity. Well, a doctor without human sensitivity is nothing but a robot without a brain. And a technocrat whose prime job is to innovate and research and implement for the betterment of life on this planet, bereft of human values and cultural and social sensitivities, he or she will not be able to perform what is expected of him or her. And that is the reason, even MIT, way back in 1947, they had constituted a Lewis Committee, which looked into their educational programs. And after examining their principles of education, the academic policy of MIT, after 90 years of its existence, realized that they had to have a relook at their programs. And so a recommendation was made that they should have at least 4 general areas of education and research, and they should be, identified as 4 schools. And I am telling you, they were not competing with each other, rather they were complementing each other, because knowledge was always considered to be one integrated whole, in which engineering, science, architecture and planning, and humanities and social sciences play equal parts. So they established 4 areas, rather they demarcated 4 areas, and rest is history. All of us look forward to them whenever we talk about either of them: engineering, science, architecture and planning, and schools of humanities and social sciences. Now, collaboratives for humanities and arts teaching, or CHART, a nationwide network in America, it seeks to help at-risk students by providing them with a well-rounded and comprehensive education that focuses on the humanities. It believes that exposing students to high art, quality literature, and deep history has proven benefits to the schools that include them. And they are talking about certain values and certain benefits of humanities and social sciences. Well, we can talk about the tangible outcome, and we can also talk about intangible outcome. Well, the thing is, we as human beings don't really live to survive alone. We live on this planet to further our mission of making this world beautiful or better. So, unless and until you have good exposure to humanities and social sciences, you will not be able to develop that liberal, extensive view of the world. So it helps you understand the global view, understand the world and its inhabitants. As a result, you can work anywhere, you can survive anywhere, you can always think broadly, not in very narrow confines. It can broaden your intellectual foundation. It can develop your creative and critical thinking, and which in turn might help your problem solving skills. Remember, even if you are a top class doctor or a top class engineer or manager, if you don't really know how to solve your personal and professional problems efficiently, you will not be able to survive. And that is the reason why we have seen the top class people caught in the wave of problems find it difficult to come out and take recourse to the means that are not desirable of them. They commit suicide, they act unethically. So that's why humanities and social sciences disciplines play so important a role in your life. The knowledge of the past creates good citizens and leaders because we always tend to learn from our past mistakes. But unfortunately, dear friends, there is a continuity of preoccupations, and that also includes some of our evil-mindedness and our fallibility. Right now, we find that a destructive war is being fought between Russia and Ukraine. And in the past, we have seen such destruction on two occasions when we had two world wars. Probably that is the reason why the rest of the world is going very cautiously, because they cannot afford to have a third world war. But again, as I said, there is some preoccupation, there is some continuity, if of the good things, that of the bad things as well. So we continue to learn from our mistakes, but sometimes we continue to commit those mistakes as well. But if we talk from the perspective of a human and social scientist, they are still talking about the mass destruction this kind of war is resulting into, and they are trying every bit to convince the leaders of the two countries and the rest of the world, those who are their allies, to refrain from such an act and stop it with immediate effect by highlighting the tragedies suffered by humans during such wars. Again, HSS is important because it reinforces cultural and ethical responsibility and values. If we look at our national education policy, this is one of the key concerns where they are talking about making our future generation aware of our cultural and ethical responsibilities. It also provides balance and perspective. It strengthens our global view, broadens our intellectual foundation, as I have already talked about. It teaches us how to communicate clearly. It creates engaged citizens and thinkers. It helps us to understand the impact that science, technology, and medicine have on us. And it uh, helps us in creating well-rounded academicians, students, and thinkers. And so it also provides us cultural training and inculcates humanist component in our thought process. So somebody says rightly, had there been a humanist, there would have been no atomic bombing. The decision makers, scientists, engineers, or statesmen could not vision its impact and aftermath. Friends, when you read a novel which talks about the horrors of partition, horrors of Holocaust, or many such horrors where people have suffered, the novels talking about wars and world wars, uh, you will find evidences of how they have impacted the lives of humans, not of one generation, but of several generations. And this will certainly make you aware of the dangers of involving yourself in such acts of violence. So I strongly feel that, when we read such literature or such accounts, certainly our thought process is molded and affected, and we are more thoughtful, more cautious, more concerned, and caring towards our fellow human beings. It also helps us in developing skills for societal understanding and understanding of ambiguities and moral issues. Friends, now that we are making uh, our headway towards a world which will be dominated by artificial intelligence, one of the most important questions that is unsettling the people around the world are the moral issues. So how can we develop or integrate the moral issues and ambiguities in artificial intelligence, so that we can act like humans, keep the human component intact. Otherwise, machines have no heart. They cannot, so they act just like that. They cannot think. So we need some intelligence, and this to be challenging. So again, or they this humanity to understand the biological sciences, banking, sociology, literature, and communication, and so that's why this is so important. If you look at this chart, humanities, which includes literature, language, arts, archaeology, and religion, and social sciences that include history, economics, geography, sociology, civics, and psychology, we again find that although there is some basic difference in their approaches, methods, and concerns, ultimately they are concerned with human life. And you know the challenges that we are facing, and I mean that is the reason why we need to convince our future generations about the utility of HSS courses. First of all, the perception of the society. Most of the parents believe that their children have to join medical sciences or engineering. Other than that, whatever they study, that does not have any value. So the perception of the society has to change. Why this perception? Because they look at immediate job opportunities. Well, this question is always there before us: what will you do after BA? But mind it, as highlighted by Professor Sharma in her slides, in which she shared the achievements of many of these students who have graduated from LPU in the past, holding some very important positions in different domains. Well, that convinces us that this question, what will I do after BA, also is not that relevant anymore, because there are a lot of job openings for people with HSS as well. Now we are talking about a world which is going to be dominated by skill-based learning, and this also requires one to have human skills. So, again, why HSS has been pushed to margins? It's because of the lack of institutional support or fundamental neglect on the part of the policymakers as well, because there are limited funding bodies. There is little focus on research and skill-based curriculum framework. There is lack of industrial demand and supply cooperation. Um, and so if I have to compare between humanities and social sciences, then also by virtue of having the suffix sciences, social sciences, has more credibility and more, demand in the job market. So people who study economics, psychology, history, population studies, obviously they have better funding opportunities. This also needs to change. Um, but yes, we need to realize at this point in time that it is not just an aesthetic luxury. Rather, it is essential for well-rounded education. And this is what is being highlighted by our national education policy, which is looking forward to multidisciplinary universities. The universities like LPU, the universities like BHU, where you will find all sorts of knowledge under one campus. So whether you want to pursue a degree in engineering or in humanities or in social sciences or commerce or medical sciences, everything will be available. And again, as per the national education policy, now people don't have to confine themselves to such narrow boundaries where we have been, making categories and hierarchies, that somebody who is doing MA in economics is better, somebody who is doing BTech computer science is the best. So we have to come out of this also, because now we are moving towards a system where an engineer having genuine interest in economics can also pursue a degree in economics. And I'm very happy, I was just talking about, uh, the role humanities is going to play, and the, realization by even the best of technical institutions around the world and in the country that humanities uh, is the discipline for 21st century. We already have so many IITs, giving degrees in humanities and social sciences. To begin with, at IIT Roorkee, in our own department, we are running 2 master's programs in economics, one 2-year MSc economics, and one 5-year integrated BS/MS in economics, in which we admit students to JEE Advanced. And I'm so happy this is our first year, and we could see many of the students changing their branch after first year from some of the major engineering disciplines like civil engineering, chemical engineering, biosciences engineering, and metallurgy to this MS economics program. So this in itself tells us about the uh, great shift that is taking place even in the choices of subjects by such creams of the country. If I have to mention some of such leading programs in the country, IT Madras is running 2 programs, 2 master's programs in development studies and English studies. IT Delhi is running 2 master's programs in economics and cognitive sciences. IT Bombay is running a master's program in philosophy. IT Guwahati again in development studies and liberal arts. IT Gandhinagar is running a master's program in society and culture. IT Mandi is running a program in development studies. IT Hyderabad again in development studies. And IIT Kharagpur and Kanpur, they are also running integrated BSMS programs in economics. So this itself shows that, this 21st century is going to belong to HSS subjects. And but we can think about developing something like skill-based honors degree programs rather than traditional, courses like BA honors in English. We can also, and already I have seen, I've been part of dozens of, board of studies, and I have seen that the curricula are being revised in the light of this, because UGC and AICTE, they are also, recommending that such courses should be made compulsory for all the students across the board, so that they develop multiple skills. So if they are skilled in English language, we are living in an era of science and technology. So if coupled with that, they have, basic computer skills, certainly that will help. If you are having a BA honors in Hindi, if you have some compulsory papers on translation skills, that will certainly make it more skilled and job ready. And that's why the role of teachers is important in helping out students in finding the right kind of combinations. And if HSS will have a commercial reception, then only the perception will also change. So as my colleague Dr. Sharma was highlighting, the average package and the highest package, I was very happy. And the diversity that she mentioned, in which the students from humanities and social sciences have been placed, that also gives us a lot of boost for the future, that we also have lot of job opportunities. And believe me, we are heading towards a world where there will be more and more openings for people who have solid learning in HSS, and at the same time have integrated it with their knowledge in science and technology. So at last, I would like to say that our goal must be to support our students in becoming knowledgeable, emotionally and physically healthy, civically inspired, engaged in the arts, prepared for work and economic self-sufficiency, and ready for the world beyond formal schooling. And if we are able to cultivate such a world by our programs, we are doing a world of good to ourselves and to our educational system and to our stakeholders as well. So these were some of the rumbling thoughts that were going through my mind when I was listening to the theme of this webinar. So I thought of, re-emphasizing certain points that I have understood and experienced in my academic career teaching in IIT for more than 2 decades, and even in university system also for almost 6 years. So with this, I hope all our students will feel energized, inspired, and assured that whatever they are pursuing is going to help them. So thank you very much for this kind opportunity given to me. Thank you very much.
Very wonderful, sir. Thank you so much for the presentation. Thank you, sir. Next, we move on to Dr. Tashinder. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Suman. May I get the screen sharing rights? I hope my screen is visible. All right. A very good afternoon to one and all. I'll be speaking about the rankings, the campus life, the infrastructure. To start with, 13 students of LPU represented India in Tokyo Olympics 2020 and brought laurels by winning gold, bronze, and the silver medals. To move ahead, if I talk about the rankings, LPU has been ranked 36 among the top universities of India. Now, LPU is now among top 200 universities globally as per Times Higher Education Impact Ranking 2021. It gives pride moment to share that LPU has been ranked third in India by Atal ranking institutions, specifically on innovation achievements. In addition to this, the university has been ranked 62nd by NIRF. Now, hurriedly brief regarding the campus life as well as the kind of exposure which is given to the students. The university proudly hosted 106th Indian Science Congress, which was inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, wherein he renamed the slogan as Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Vigyan, Jai Anusandhan. You can have a glimpse of Nobel laureate for peace and the great spiritual leader of Tibet, Dalai Lama, who graced the convocation of LPU as a chief guest. The another glimpse where you can visualize the two presidents of two countries, India and Afghanistan. They also graced the convocation of LPU. Former Union Finance Minister Shri Arun Jaitley ji inaugurated startup school, wherein he highlighted and asked his students to start these startups at the right age. Yes, we have world-renowned life coach Gaur Gopal Das, who visited LPU and inspired the students how to lead a quality life. So apart from the great leaders, the university also welcomed the celebrities in the LPU, the glimpse of which you can visualize right now. A glimpse of Deepika Padukone and Shah Rukh Khan, who visited the university to give new students a new start of life. A glimpse of you might all are aware of former Indian team Captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni, who visited LPU and interacted with the students. Now I'm going to speak about the infrastructure which university is possessing. LPU's infrastructure is one of the largest and the biggest in the world. The university has two amphitheaters which are basically used to organize the cultural events, maybe of national or the international repute, nukkad nataks, etc. The university has three auditoriums, the one which you are visualizing right now, that is the Shanti Devi Mittal Auditorium with a seating capacity of 2,500 people. So the place which you are visualizing right now, this is the Uni Center, which comprises the heart and soul of the university. So you'll find these shops, lovely sweets would be there, and other shops ranging from sweets to the stationery. So this is a glimpse of the central library. We have 9 stored central library. In addition to this, we have bowling alley to provide a break from the academic engagements. This is a gym with the world-class facilities. So we do care for your health as well. So we have Uni Hospital, which serves the diseased people as well. So we do have the expertise of the doctors who visit and provide the guidance and see the patients on the regular basis. So this is Shanti Devi Mittal Indoor Stadium, wherein we have the multifarious facilities with swimming pools. 3 swimming pools are there, and these all are the all-weather swimming pools. Then badminton courts are there, 12 badminton courts, shooting range is there, and basketball court is also there, squash courts, yoga room, aerobics, many options are there to make you fitness freak. So you can have a visit or just a day view of lovely professional university. This is the night view of lovely professional university, and specifically the residential, that is the hostel. Now I'll take you to the website where you can have a look on the eligibility, the fee structure. So I'm going to write the website link. It's www.lpu.in. To start with, yes, I just want to share this information that our Honorable Chancellor, sir, the glimpse of whom you are visualizing right now, he's the Chancellor of lovely professional university. He is now a member of parliament in India's upper house, that is the Rajya Sabha, which made us proud. We love to share this information. Now I'll move ahead with the programs. I'm going to click on the humanities program after graduation, as it was shared by Professor Manu. Yeah, you can write here, you can click on the search by keyword, and you can write the program in which you have the orientation. So you can write psychology, for example. So I'll be taking one program that is psychology. I'll tell you how to search the things. So the options are there in front of you. I'm going to click on MA Psychology. So you can have a look on the options, like eligibility is there. I'm going to scroll it. Eligibility is there. So it is 50% in bachelor's degree. So depending upon what you have done in your previous academic qualification, you need to check the eligibility. Moving ahead to the fee structure. Yeah, fee structure would be there. So we are providing the fee structure as it is. This is without scholarship, it is 50, but we do acknowledge your hard efforts, and we are providing scholarship on the basis of your previous qualification or on the basis of university's exam as well. So you need to look in. I want to highlight that scholarship ranges from 40% to 60%. So if you are performing good in your university's exam, you will be getting the highest, that is 60%. And depending upon how you perform, it could be 60, 50 or 40, but one best scholarship will be given to you. So on scrolling more, so you can have a look the types of scholarship, as I told you, on the basis of your previous qualification, on the basis of university's exam, that is lovely professional universities national entrance, as well as the scholarship test. Then we do have the other scholarship test as well, like maybe on the basis of cultural, sports, bravery awards, etc. Then we do have the financial aid, like need-based scholarships are there, scholarship on the basis of defense, maybe with certain disabilities. Yes, there is a special committee who look into it. You need to put your application under a special scheme of financial aid, then it will be routed, and then you will be awarded the scholarship accordingly. But to highlight, you will be getting only one scholarship that will be the best scholarship for you. So by scrolling more, you can also get to know regarding the specific outcomes, as it has already been shared by Professor Manu, but still you can scroll and visualize that whatever we are saying, we are publicizing it, and we are giving more than 100% to make it successful for every single student. Yeah, important dates are also mentioned over on the website page. Now, moving ahead with how you can contact us. The options are there. If you want to, no doubt we will be taking your queries here as well, but still you keep something into your mind and that is getting stuck into your mind, you can contact us on through WhatsApp. The number is displayed over there. If you want us to schedule a call as well, you provide your details, we will be connecting back to you. Then we do have a 360-degree view. Let's suppose you want to see what is the facilities which university is providing, where in which block you will be moving ahead with your classes. Just click on 360-degree view. Definitely you will start from the gate, and you can move to every single building, and you can relish, you can check what all options are there. Then we do have a live video counseling, wherein one-to-one interaction will be provided to you, like whatever queries will be there, that will be solved in a single go. So in this, I have started with the eligibility. I talked about the fee structure. I talked about the scholarship, the important dates, which you should not forget, and the ways to connect us. So you can also take a snapshot of how to contact us. Website link is also mentioned, www.lpu.in. Mail ID is also mentioned, and then the helpline numbers are mentioned. So feel free to share your concern with us. We will be providing you every single possible help which we can give to you. Thank you so much, guys. God bless you all. It's over from my side, Suman ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's really informative. Thank you. So we are taking up two queries. First one is, what would be the benefit to student of tie-ups and center excellence established at LPU? I move this query to Dr. Manu.
Yes, ma'am. Can you please repeat the query? Your voice was breaking.
What would be the benefits to students of tie-ups and center excellence established at LPU?
Okay. Thank you, Suman ma'am, for the query. Actually, the tie-ups which we have done with the international universities like Pennsylvania, or it is the Langara College, it is provide the students opportunity to interact with their student, and certain experts, those who are delivering their talks and discussions with our students, they can get their inputs in terms of syllabi and curriculum, and also the opportunities to visit those universities and colleges in person. So we have MOUs with these universities, and through these MOUs, we are offering the students to have the physical contacts or the physical connections by visiting those universities, and study abroad options are always open. And we are also planning to have the student exchange program. For example, if student is doing some master's degree, so there can be the credit exchange or higher studies abroad, study abroad option. So then student can go for it also. And obviously the research opportunities are also there for the, especially the master's students, if they are opting, for example, the master's students in geography or history or sociology, any domain. So these cultural tie-ups or these institutional tie-ups are going to help us to get that research, you can say, benefits for the students as well as for the faculties. Not only the students are benefited from these tie-ups, but the faculties are also. So this is the one thing. And secondly, the Center of Excellence, for example, Guru Nanak Chair is being established here, and we are in future planning to establish the Center of Asian Studies also. So what is going to be done under the Center of Excellence, that to promote the academic tie-ups as well as the research initiatives, fine, the publication, the research projects. So they are going to help us in this regard. Fine. So yes, so that's all from my side.
Thank you, ma'am. The next question and last. Student wants to go abroad after the bachelor program. What skill he should work on to have a better future in this field, humanities?
Am I supposed to answer this? This is for me now?
Yes.
Yeah. The first thing, if student want to go for study abroad after the graduation program, the first he need to take the basic requirement for the course which he is opting. For example, if we go to any other foreign university, so they ask the IELTS exam for the student. The first thing is the student should ready for that. Then also the minimum eligibility qualification. For example, the 50% or 55% or the CGPA, minimum CGPA should be there. So this is the second. But if student is trying to visit or to take the admission from our university under the credit exchange program, so we have Division of International Affairs to help and support and guide our students that what are the possible way outs that they can collaborate with that specific university to take the admission in that courses. So our Division of International Affairs is definitely there to guide our students in terms of admission criteria, the documentation and other necessary information which is required to take the admission for that course. And also we can offer the credit transfer, because for example, if there are 4 semesters, so student is opted 2 semesters here, and then credit transfer can be done in some other university which is internationally acclaimed. So those can be transferred through that, you can say, division of international affairs. So we have the option for that also. We can also work for that also.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So during this exclusive webinar on humanity and its evolution from speakers as on how you can have a successful career in this field. Experts, your years of research, your depth of understanding the topic, and your ability to present the topic in such an interesting way produced one of the most wonderful morning for all the attendees. On behalf of all the attendees of this webinar, I want to thank you for your insightful presentation. Hopefully, the attendees found this webinar to be valuable as the information provided in this webinar will help them to take better decisions regarding admission. I am obliged and once again thankful to Dr. P.P. Singh, Dr. Manu Sharma, Dr. Nagendra Kumar, Dr. Sanjay Prasad, and Dr. Tushinder Preet Kaur for strengthening this platform. Signing off for the day. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Bye.